No, it is afternoon. This is how my week has been. Every time, all week long, I'm like, oh, I'm getting so much done. This is great. And then I look it up, and I'm like, oh, it's 4 p.m. Yeah, never mind. That didn't go any faster. that's that's how my week is going. Ah, wow, it just started raining again, and it is pouring outside. I thought, I was like, oh, I've got the little bit of sunshine, like the lighting's gonna be really good. And now it just started pouring. This is what it's been like for the past 3 weeks, guys. Like, it's been crazy. Like, lots and lots of rain and lots of storms and all sorts of stuff. So let me actually turn my sound down on notifications so that you guys don't hear dinging every 2 seconds. So yeah, so speaking of storms, the first thing that I want to talk about is there has been a lot of flooding in eastern Kentucky. I know that you've been probably seeing that on the news, or if you're, I don't really watch the news, but you hear it through the grapevine of things that are going on. And our hearts are broken for eastern Kentucky. We've been praying. We hope that they feel that from us. But we are also doing things. There's a lot of different things in the Kentucky community that a lot of people have been helping out with the rescue effort, or needs and goods and services and all of that. As you know, or maybe you don't know, maybe you're new here, maybe you've never experienced lolodidit anything before, but if you have been here for a long time, you know that we have nearly always, not every single natural disaster, but almost all natural disasters, big ones that are going on in the United States, we usually do some kind of fundraiser or donation for those. And we started with hurricanes, but it seems that we have had it like earlier in the year we had the tornadoes in Tennessee and southern Kentucky and things like that. So we do fundraisers for natural disasters. That's something that's where our hearts are. That's who we pray for. It's something that I would hope, if I were in the same situation, that somebody would reach out or pray. And so that's what my husband and I think is the right thing to do. So we are doing a fundraiser this week, and if it goes longer, that's fine. I will let you guys know in the newsletter when it officially ends. But this week we've been doing a fundraiser that gives 20% of all the sales from Simple DK, Solo, and BFL Tweed. So if you buy any of those 3 bases, whether they're ready to ship or die to order or in a kit or whatever it is, I've been tallying them up. I have my list here of tallies of how many skeins we sell, and 20% of $29. So I did the math the other day. I'm not a good math person, people, but it's $29, 20% of that. I'll just do it in front of you guys so that I don't embarrass myself. $5.80 of every skein of those 3 yarn bases is being donated to Samaritan's Purse, specifically to their United States Disaster Relief Fund. And so far, as of this morning, as of 9 a.m. this morning, we raised $232. So we rounded up and donated $300, and so that's amazing. Like, how it's really cool, the things that you can do when you do things together. So we are very thankful for the opportunity to be able to do that donation through you guys and through your sales, instead of giving a 20% off coupon, and be able to just take that money and give it right back to a community who needs us. So I'm very, very thankful to be the middleman for that. If that's not something that you want to do, if you're you're not buying yarn right now, if you want to donate to, like, let's say the Red Cross or another organization, absolutely. There's a lot of organizations that are asking for different types of donations. So it's really, I'm just encouraging you. This is just one way to do it. If you would like to go buy pretty yarn and know that 20% of that is going toward a good cause, that's awesome. And if that's not where you want to spend your money, that's okay too. It's only 3 of my yarn bases, so not every single sale is going to that, but just those 3 specifically. So all right, it looks like we've got a whole bunch of people who joined us since I started. Thank you guys for joining. Say hi in the chat and ask your questions and all that stuff. I definitely want to see what's going on. So thanks for letting me ramble about that. I really appreciate it. And I know Eastern Kentucky definitely does too. So thank you guys so much. So let me go over what's going on. So the very first thing that I released today, I have been talking about it in our lolodidit community for about a month, and I've been thinking about it, and then I was like, you know what, Lauren, just do it. And so I decided to do the Violet Crawley box. So for you Downton Abbey fans, if you're a Downton Abbey fan, I am. My husband is too. He loves Downton Abbey. It's really funny. I think he actually likes it more than I do. He was like, let's watch the second movie. Let's watch the second movie. This is like a month and a half ago. Hi from Kansas City. How are you doing? So yeah, so we were like, we watched it, and of course he's like, loves the movie. He's like, you have to do a Violet Crawley box. And I was like, okay. So he like literally is like telling me all these things like I gotta do. I'm like, okay, sounds good. So I've been thinking about it, and then I was like, you know what, I just gotta do it. So I decided to do that today. What it is it's 4 full skeins of yarn that are speckled. They're completely cohesive. They will go together in a project. And then 4 mini skeins, which we call in lolodidit world little lolos, 4 that will match. I can't decide if I'm gonna do them as tonal colors or speckles, but they will completely go with the entire palette. So everything, all 8 skeins, like the 4 full skeins and the 4 mini skeins, will all go together and work really, really well in a project or a fade, or whatever, you know, things that you're thinking of. So it's a really good opportunity. The Downton Abbey Club for us was super, super popular, but I do want to share with you my color palette. Hi from Southern California. Hi, Julie. I'm going to share with you my color palette just so that I didn't want it to be like a total surprise, because sometimes people are like, I have no idea what she's doing. She could send me like hot pink and hot yellow, and that's not what in my head Downton Abbey is. You know, so I don't want to do that. I want to share with you what I'm thinking. This isn't like the final, like these are all the colors that are going to be in it, but this is really the palette that I'm going with, okay? So I wanted to show you that. So a lot of pinks and mauves and mauvey purples, rusty browns. We've got like periwinkle and teal. So I think that that is a really good color palette, kind of peachy tones, soft browns or tans. So that's what this color palette looks like. So if these colors are your jam, colors like Avienda and Hello Gorgeous, Professor Plum, Summer Nights, Dragonfly and Amber, Little Darlin', Yeti, Blue Tourmaline, let's see, Anduin, Amazed, like if those colors are your colors, then this is the box for you. Hi, Stacy. How are you doing? So yeah, so this is the color palette for the Violet Crawley box. And so it's going to be a box. This isn't a club. I'm not going to ship it one skein at a time. It's actually a cohesive collection that will be shipped in a box all at once. And if you guys have purchased our Christmas boxes or Advent boxes or things like that. It will be like that. It will be really pretty. So I think you'll like it. Let's see. Hi, Edna. Oh, and I missed you, Lori. Hi, Lori. She said she's getting squishy mail today. Yay! Edna says she loves these colors. Thank you. I love them too. These are totally my jam. Like, I love mauves and pinks and peaches and teals and all that stuff. So you can't tell from my wardrobe today. I'm literally wearing all black. I joke, or I don't joke. My husband teases me all the time. He's like, for a person who like loves color, why are 90% of your t-shirts black? And I'm like, it's because I dye yarn for a living and I can't handle having all of the dye speckles all over all my clothes, so I tend to wear black. So I didn't used to. Before I was a yarn dyer, I wore all the colors, and now I'm like a yarn dyer who dyes all the colors but wears black. I don't know. So anyways, these are really pretty. That box will ship, so you have until almost the end of August. I'm giving myself a few days in August. I think the last day is August 28th to order. So you have a couple of weeks to get your order in, and then I will give myself the entire month of September to dye it and put it all together for you and make it look pretty. So that is my plan. Kara says, hi Lauren, this is my color palette. Can't wait to see what's in the box. Yeah, if you like the color palette, then you will love the box. If this isn't your jam, then this is not for you. You might want to go with like the 90s club. Oh wait, that one's closed. Well, we'll have another 90s club. We did pop this time, and then we'll do grunge and country and all of that stuff. So we're gonna do different R&B. We're gonna do different genres of 90s. So if this isn't your palette, I'm sure there will be something coming up soon that is your palette. So that's really fun. So you can order that now. I put it on the shop, and if you look on my website, I'm looking away because I'm looking to the website. I'm telling you what this looks like. So when you go to my website, the very first link at the top says new to the shop. And that has all of our newest things, all of our newest colorways or collections, our Dumbledore's Army socks, and it has the Violet Crawley box right there. And then you can check out, please, when you're checking out, just check out with the box itself all by itself, because it is it will automatically calculate shipping. The boxes will ship separately from your orders. So if you do combine them, I would have to email you and like send you shipping information. So if you could make it a little bit easier, just check out separately. That would be awesome. I did put a photo in there of these little Lolos so that you can see the colors. Because I know sometimes on lives or videos or whatever, the colors don't come out true to color. So this is under a good light so that you can see the colors of them. And yeah, so it should be really fun. I'm very, very excited to dye this. I already have it in my head of what I want it to look like. So now it's just a matter of putting dye to yarn. Hi, Tanisha. So it's very exciting for me. I love doing these little collections and clubs and boxes. So it's very, very fun for me to do that. So I did have somebody email me earlier, right after I put it up on the shop. Am I going to have extras? I don't plan on having extras. I would love to sell like literally the exact amount that fills a pot to make the kit. If for some reason I do have extras, because I don't know how to count or whatever it is, then those extras are always offered to our patron group. Now, this is not through Patreon. We actually have a community group through Mighty Networks. The main group is free. You can join our community as long as you are a lolodidit customer and you've placed an order through lolodidit.com. You can join our community. So that is lolodidit.mn.co. So if you join there, it'll ask you like your order number and your name and all that stuff. Do you like our rules? AKA don't be mean. then you're in. But if you want a little bit more, I do a lot of coupons, exclusive access, colorways that are only available for patrons, or one of a kinds, early access, all of that stuff. I share a lot of our farm life. I like sharing behind the scenes or things that are going on, or I do a lot of polls. All of that stuff is through my paid for group within Mighty Networks. So once you join the free community, if you want that, you will see that in groups. So if there are extras, it would be available to that group first. If they don't buy it, then I give it to you guys under the Lucky You section. So I don't know if you've ever seen that, but this is on my website. You'll see a section, like a little header called Lucky You, and that is club extras or one of a kinds or like weird things that we have on the shop. Like, for example, I have a few 50-gram skeins of Hello Gorgeous from way back in the day when I did Roxy the Hippo kits with 50-gram skeins. And so I have some of those, just like stuff that I'm like, I found this, I should put this on the shop and you should see what it is. So I don't always announce everything that's in Lucky You, so check it out because I do update that occasionally or pull things off of the exclusive access and stick it in Lucky You for everybody else. So definitely give that a look. So Violet Crawley box. So if that's something that you want, go ahead and get it. Things that are back on the shop. Molly Weasley's Knitting was the new colorway that I released on Friday. Everybody loved it. We are completely sold out of it. Let me actually look. Are we completely sold? Yes, 100% sold out of everything that was ready to ship. So a couple of days ago, I put up a dyed to order listing with all of my yarn bases available. You can order in any quantity you would like. And we will dye those on Monday. So Monday we'll dye them, and like Wednesday, Thursday, we'll ship them. So it's a pretty quick turnaround time for a dye to order, and then you can get what you want. You can get the new colorway. You can get your sweater quantity. I know that a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, I love this. And I do too. I've been knitting it. I love it. This is a pattern that I've been working on, and it is a texture that changes as it goes down the sock. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to knit it as a tube and do an afterthought heel, so I have the opportunity to do a tutorial. Now, you could do any heel with this pattern that you would like. I probably will write in my other heel patterns into the sock pattern just so that you know what to do. But I thought this was a great opportunity to do a new tutorial, show you guys how I do afterthought heels. I also sell sock tubes on the website sometimes, which I crank out on my sock machine. So it's like one long 64 stitch tube that you can make into socks by doing an afterthought cuff, heel, and toe. And so I thought, oh, well, then I have a tutorial for that too. So I was trying to see what I want to do. Plus, I'm like really addicted to this pattern. And so I'm like, well, I don't want to break it up with a heel. I just want to keep going. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's my thought process on this design. So keep an eye out for this. I'm sure it won't come out like within the next few weeks because I'm a slow knitter, but I am enjoying it, and I think you guys would really like the pattern. It's very fun and addicting to knit and easy to memorize. So yeah, that's really fun. So this is Molly Weasley's Knitting. This is the colorway that just came out on Friday. And then we also came out with a sock pattern that was designed by Jocelyn Peters, who has been designing patterns for Lolodidit since last fall. She's an incredible designer. She's very clever. I love the way that she writes out her patterns, and they always look like really complicated and fancy, but they're not. Like the way that she has it written and how you accomplish these stitches is actually really simple. So if you are an advanced beginner, I think that this type of pattern is something that you can do. If you can knit, purl, increase, decrease, yarn over, you can do this. You can do this pattern. Or at least that's what I think. I mean, any of you guys, I know there's a few people in the chat who have knit this. If anybody wants to pipe up, because it's a really beautiful pattern. So let me show you the front. Really lovely. She used parchment as the main tonal color, and this is Arised. Really pretty. And then she features a reinforced heel, which is basically the gusset being on the bottom, which is, let me see if I can show it on this. Here we go. It's really lovely. Like, look at that. Super neat. Like, it's crisp. I really like how it looks. So highly encourage you. We are doing a knit along in our communities. So join us. I always do a giveaway at the end for people who get the item done. So, and we are also finishing up our summer sweater knit along with lots of prizes. So yeah, it's totally worth it to join our community. It's really, really fun. We have a lot of great people in there. So Dumbledore's Army Socks. The pattern is available on lolodidit.com and Ravelry, and the kits are available on lolodidit.com. So check that out. So there's that. And I wanted to show you, so I'm sure that I've said this a few times in different videos, whether it's on Instagram or the community. I do a lot of lives, and YouTube I've been kind of getting back into, but I've been spinning a lot lately. I really have been enjoying spinning yarn. I don't know what's come over me. I'm starting to like it more than knitting. Like, it's a problem, and not a bad problem, a good problem to have. So I've been very, very much enjoying it. So I started carrying fiber on the shop and started dyeing that. And so since Molly Weasley's knitting was so popular, I thought I would do it in fiber. So this is actually still wet because I dyed this the other day, and it's actually still wet. But look at how pretty and fluffy this is. So this is on my Targhee base. So if you are a new spinner, Targhee is a great one to start with, in my personal opinion. I'm sure there are fiber artists who would disagree with me, but in my opinion, it's a great one to start with. It's easy to draft. It's easy to get in there. It's like fluffy enough that it feels good in your hands and stuff like that, but you're not gonna like mess it up. So I really like Targhee for that. And it's really soft next to skin. It's super soft, but it's not as soft as merino. But it's really, really nice. So that is, look at how, this is great. Molly Weasley's knitting. And I also dyed it on the merino bamboo silk. Look how much different this looks. Okay, again, they're a little wet. Not wet, they're just slightly damp. But the Targhee is really, really fluffy, and this merino bamboo silk is not as fluffy, but it's softer. Like, it's way different. The reason why I think that this is a little bit harder to spin is because the fibers aren't all the same length. And so sometimes the merino is a shorter fiber and then the bamboo is a longer fiber and stuff like that. But this also gives it a really, really cool effect because the bamboo is white, so it doesn't take the dye. I really love that. So I've been spinning up some PYT on this base, and I'm completely gaga over it. I love it. So for those of you who are spinners, this is a really fun one. So if you haven't spun on merino bamboo silk, I recommend trying it out. It's lovely. It really is. It's so pretty spun up. It's so shiny. It's full of life. You know, it's just really beautiful. And where the Targhee is a little bit more of the matte color, but the colors are more vibrant. So it just depends. Yeah, awesome. I also dyed up a new colorway, and of course I didn't bring the skein with me. I could have sworn I had it here. I must have dropped it on the way here. I'm sorry. So I have a new colorway coming out. I was going to release it this Friday, but I didn't quite have enough time to get it all dyed and twisted and tagged. So, but this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's really, really pretty. It's a periwinkle purpley blue with maroon and like deep magenta speckles and lime green speckles. Now that does sound weird, but it is really lovely. So if you can see that, really pretty. I wish I had brought the skein. I'm really sorry, guys. You know, I'm supposed to come to these things prepared, but I didn't. So I dyed that. So that should be coming out next week. We are voting on the name in our community. So a whole bunch of people wrote down names. I'm going to pick 3 of them that are my favorite, and then we're going to vote on them. So we'll be able to tag those next week and get photos up and then get it out there. So you'll see that on the website. You'll see a picture of it. If you go to new to the shop, that link, I show you that colorway and it says new colorway coming soon. Doesn't even have a name, but at least you can see the picture. So I put that up there just so you can see it. And then we also dyed it on fiber. So this is where you're going to be able to see what those colors are through the fiber. But it just like, it looks a little bit different on yarn, but at least you'll see the colors together. So look at that. Oh my goodness. That is so beautiful. I can't help myself. I just love this. Definitely gorgeous colors, just really pretty, and it's so squishy and soft. It's beautiful. It smells good too. Just got done getting washed earlier this morning, so it's, like I said, it's a little damp. Gorgeous. I know. Oh my goodness. So this is the new colorway that's coming out that doesn't have a name yet, but we're voting on in the community. But look at that. So if you're a spinner, this is showed as, this is on Targhee. And then I also dyed it on the merino bamboo silk. Look at that. Different, totally different because it has that bamboo in it. So it's got that white streaks in it, but look at how beautiful that is. It's just like softens the tone a little bit. And merino bamboo silk is very soft to spin. Really buttery. So that is coming next week. I don't have a date or like a time or anything like that yet, but you'll see that if you sign up for my newsletter. You will see the date and time for everything, so check it out. If you want to know what's going on lolodidit, my community is the best place to be because I share stuff all the time. Second best is the newsletter. I send out a few newsletters a week usually, and it kind of gives you a download of everything that's going on in the shop. And then the last place to look is social media. Yes, I do share on social media, but I don't share every day and I don't share every single little thing. So I'm mainly showing you like the new stuff that's on the shop. Not like, I don't even think I posted my last like one of a kind shop update. So on Instagram. So just to, you know, to keep that in mind. So the best place to be is the community, and then make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter. So new colorway coming next week. So I think that is everything. I don't think I have anything else. Do you guys have any questions? I haven't seen anybody pop up. Oh, thanks, Lori. Yeah, it is really pretty. I love it. I don't know if anybody's popped up. I'll wait a moment to see if anybody has a question or anything that I can help with. But in the meantime, I cannot wait to dye the Violet Crawley box and share that with you. So if that's something that you've been wanting or you didn't even know that you wanted it and it's there, that's going to be really fun. So that's my next like big project that I'm going to be working on, is making sure every single colorway goes really well together. So if you wanted to use them all in the same project, you can. So that's very exciting. Okay, well, I think that nobody typed anything, so I'm going to guess that you guys don't have anything for me, but I thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my YouTube video, and thank you for supporting our small business. It means everything to us, because without you, we wouldn't be here dyeing yarn. So thank you all so, so much, and I will talk to you soon. Josephine said, I ordered mine today. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys so much.